Here's an interesting thought or question to pose back to you guys. Should you just do bug bounties and not have a QA group for security? Or should you do both or one or the other? What do you guys think about that?
I'll let Sammy answer, then I'll go.
Well, but I'm going to take the
I-
gray area answer here. I really do think it's a combination of both, right? Because having your own kind of internal QA will provide a certain set of insight as they have intimacy into the environment. They understand the environment. However, getting that third party set of eyes can help identify issues and vulnerabilities that may not be aware when you're kind of in the niche, in the software itself or the systems itself. So yeah, a combination of the two seems to me to be like an optimal. And what that percentage is, how much of one or the other is, it will be variable or dependent. But I don't think it's, you know, completely. I don't think it's black and white where it's completely one or the other.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Right? I mean, I think there's certain intricacies that a QA team is going to know, like about the actual company, kind of how they work, and more like a business process flow and things like that. And obviously, security is an important wrapper around that. But I don't think you can have just one or the other because, like what if the opposite happens and you say, hey, I don't want to QA it, and your code just crashes all the time because it's not even up. So it's like, well, if you can't even serve your customers, then security doesn't even matter at that point almost, in certain ways. So definitely a hybrid approach, but it's good to see these kind of QA and kind of bug bounty programs working essentially together, right? So
yeah, and not to mention you can't expose everything publicly. So in a sense, when you have these programs, the people operating against them are kind of doing it from like a black box perspective. Whereas when you're talking about an internal QA team, they may have access to all of that data, which is not stored publicly, and as a result, can do a lot more intensive code reviews and such to kind of identify those vulnerabilities. So no, I definitely think you're right. Hybrid combination is probably the optimal approach here.
Yeah, I think if you don't do the hybrid, you're going to get yourself in trouble because you're
Correct.
going to leave those simple, easy vulnerabilities open without verifying them. And then you're just asking for trouble at that point. So there's that fine balance, right? You're not just outsourcing it to the bug bounty program at all, but you're using them for that advanced knowledge and skill to hack into your software.
Yeah, it's kind of like that like niche level. Hey, really kind of poke and prod and see if you can get in, right? So
and then if you really want to add a third layer to it, you can add third-party vendors who do things from a white box perspective and kind of look at what your internal QA team would be looking at, but providing a second set of eyes with maybe a little bit more expertise as they perhaps would spend more time on a daily basis doing these kinds of reviews for various environments. So they may have different perspective as well. So maybe there even is that third pillar there to add to a holistic kind of bug bounty, vulnerability review, vulnerability management program.
Yeah, we're going to see more of this as software really, takes over. I mean, it has been for a long time, and there's so much different, code out there and programs that do various things now that, I mean, software is just, it's everywhere and touches every part of our life. So that it's, becomes this never ending battle of QA and check and recheck and, you kind of how you do your software development life cycles and things like that. So it's also, I mean, like time to market, right? I mean, sometimes it's like, hey, I'm building a new company, a new product. My goal is to launch. I know it's going to be buggy, but I got to get it out there. So there's all kinds of other outside factors, but it's good to see that companies are taking it serious, or some of them are taking it serious, right?